Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports. I'm on my channel. Go over to Russo's channel and tell him I'm very disappointed in him for wearing Kansas City colors in his video. That's unacceptable. I will not let another family member convert to a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I will not let it happen. My mother is a fan of like 10 different teams, and apparently she's like a huge Kansas City diehard now. Don't ask me. But I will not let that happen. So go tell him I said that. But he put out 6 more plays for you guys. I'm putting out 4 more for you. We've got 4 over on the BDFS channel that we really, really like. I locked those in again. So if you were tailing with us, just, let us know. And let me know in the comments what you guys are feeling too. But I've got some really good plays for you guys here. I feel like anyway. I just went through this whole video and I wasn't recording, so that's very depressing. My cat's choking on something. I don't know where she went. Anyway, hopefully she's okay. Let's get right into this, man. So I've got Tai Johnson for over 10.5 rushing yards, DeAndre Hopkins for over 3.5 targets, Brian Robinson Jr. for over 8 fantasy score, and DeVonta Smith for over 20.5 longest reception. Let's start out with DeAndre Hopkins. I don't think he's going to be a ghost in this game at all. He had 1 target against Houston. He was in on 28 of the passing plays out of 38 passing plays. So he was still in the game a ton. He just didn't get targeted. That shows you all you need to know right there. Actually, there was only 28 passing plays, and he was in there on, I don't know, he only had 1 target, so I don't really know how to, I don't know. There was 28 passing plays, though, so not like a Kansas City type of game. That was a very tough game for them. This is going to be a tough game, but I think they're going to have to throw the ball a lot more. I'm expecting Mahomes to throw the ball 40 to 38 times this game, no problem. And I think DeAndre Hopkins is going to go over 3.5 targets in 40 passing plays. That's just my opinion. Soft matchup to receiving targets, 22nd to receiving targets allowed. They're a tough team to run on. So Mahomes is going to have to work his magic, and he's going to have to start throwing to all these guys, and they're all going to have to get involved. Hopkins is a veteran. They need him. Now is the time. It's the championship game. This is what they brought him in for. I'm expecting him to be heavily targeted in this game. I think he'll go for 5 to 6 targets. So that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm rolling with. That's my narrative. I'm sticking to it. So this is just a minus 128 both ways. They don't know how to feel about it on daily grind, so don't even need to check that. But really good matchup for him to get this done. So I think he'll do it. So just a gut feeling. But next one is Tai Johnson for over 10.5 rush yards. They trust him a lot. Tai Johnson's coming in to relieve James Cook a lot, and he looks really good. He's really good at pass catching, but they've trusted him in the run game a lot. They gave him 5 attempts against Baltimore. They gave him 9 attempts against Denver. Obviously, they were torching them, but I think if this game starts to go in the favor of Buffalo, they're going to run the rock a lot. And I think Tai Johnson will come in and probably get a couple more attempts. So I really like his rushing yards over 10.5. I think this is stupidly low. And if he gets 5 rush attempts, I think he will go over this. So just another gut feeling play. He's gone over this in 5 out of 5, gone over it in all 3 head-to-heads. 5 attempts here, 5 attempts there, 7 attempts there. I think if he gets 5 attempts, he'll go for over 10.5 yards. This is so crazy. So I like this line a lot to go over. Going to be taking this one over. They're a tough matchup, 3rd in rushing yards allowed, but like I said, he's very trusted in this system right now. So I like it. I think Ray Davis will get work, but I think Ray Davis has been banged up, so I think Tai Johnson will get leaned on a little bit harder in this game. Maybe I'm wrong. I said that about Ray Davis in that first game in the playoffs, and then they were all Tai Johnson. So it's just hard to kind of put a finger on who they're going to go with, but Tai Johnson, I think, is pretty safe to say that he's going to get some work. So if we take a look at this, they actually don't like this to go over. It's favored to the under. Let's see. Yeah, minus 122 to the under. So go with your gut. If you don't like it, you don't have to take it. They like his receiving yards over, though. So, I mean, he does get involved in the receiving game, but he did not hit it in that last game. He's only hit it in 1 game against Kansas City. So I like his feet in this game. I don't think he's going to do much in the air personally. Maybe I'm wrong. He could just get that done in 1 catch, but I like the rush yards. So Brian Robinson, he's hit this in 12 out of 16 games, so 75% of the year. The dude's a beast. I mean, we're talking about a guy who got shot 6 times and came back and has looked awesome. So this dude is really looking awesome in this system. So I do like him to go over in this game. He only had 4 fantasy score against Philly in the most recent matchup in December, but he's hit this 3 other times against them. and he's hit it a lot on the year. The last game against Tampa Bay, this dude had 4 receptions in that game and still didn't hit the fantasy score, but he had 4 receptions on 6 targets. If we get 4 receptions against Philly here, I think he will cash this line. He had 19 fantasy score against Detroit. He looked really good. He had 2 touchdowns in this game against Detroit. I think they're going to rely on him a lot to be the power back, the third down back, the guy who makes the splash play. Austin Eckler is going to be very involved as well, but I like Brian Robinson the most in the fantasy score area to get this done. 8's so low, man. For a starter who gets 10 to 15 carries a game, and he's probably going to get targeted a couple times, I like this a lot. I think it looks pretty good. It's not favored on Daily Grind because they never really favor fantasy score that much. So the fantasy score is just slightly favored to the under. It's a -103 to the under though, so they do like it a little bit favored to the over. It's just like a 50% chance, 50.76 to go under. So I don't even know how you calculate those, but yeah, they don't like his rush attempts to go over 9.5 either. I really don't agree with that either. I think he will go over 9.5 rush attempts. So if you like that, take that as well. I'll show you his rush attempts here. Yeah, he's gone over his rush attempts in 13 out of 16 games, so I think that looks solid. He hit it in the last game too. I just think if Philly gets up quick in this game, you're asking a lot, but he still could catch the ball. So I just like the fantasy score at 8. So that's what I'm going with. And then DeVonta Smith over 20.5 longest reception. He's hit this a bunch. 10 out of 15 games, 3 out of 4 head-to-heads. Missed it in that last one in December. But that was a crazy game, 33-36. I think we're going to have to see a very similar score. I expect DeVonta Smith to get out and catch one of those big ones that really does change the tide of the game, and I think DeVonta Smith is that guy. We're talking about a Heisman winner here, so I'm pushing my chips on DeVonta Smith for over his longest reception at 20.5. This kid is awesome. He never really lets me down when I bet on him. So 10 out of 15 games on the year he's hit this, and he just looks awesome. So he's been getting targeted a whole lot lately. So I think he can get this done. That's going to be my plays for you guys. Let me show you this real quick. DeVonta Smith, longest reception is favored under to -122, so they don't like any of my plays. But this is another 4-man I like. We've given you guys a ton of value today. I think we've given you like 10 or 15 picks today, so there's going to be some winners in there somewhere. Hopefully all of these just hit and we have a monster day, and me and Russo probably vacation together again if all these hit. But I appreciate you guys. God bless you. I will catch you in the next video. I'll probably put out an NBA. Is there even NBA tomorrow? Let me look this up while we're on here together. There's probably not, right? Oh, there's one game. Okay, maybe I'll throw out a video. I'll probably throw one out later tonight when there's probably value on the board. So God bless you guys. Have a great Sunday. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Good luck.